Hey there, fellow documentary enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a new series that's got me thinking about the world of exotic animal trafficking and the people behind it. It's called Monsters of God, and it's a 5-part docuseries on HBO, directed by Eric Goode. Now, Goode has a unique approach to these documentaries, and I have to say, his latest work is a bit of a departure from his previous sensationalist style. Let's start with the premise. Monsters of God explores the world of exotic reptile trafficking, but with a twist. Unlike his earlier works, Tiger King and Chimp Crazy, Goode seems to be taking a more nuanced and sober approach. He's not just laughing at the characters or exploiting their stories for shock value. Instead, he's trying to understand the psychology behind why people are drawn to these dangerous creatures. The series begins with a bang, introducing us to a wild character handling a giant king cobra. It's a dramatic start, and you might think, oh, here we go again, another sensationalist doc. But then, Goode shifts gears and introduces the illegal reptile trade, primarily driven by two men, Tommy Crutchfield and Hank Molt. These guys are larger-than-life characters, and their rivalry sets the stage for an intriguing narrative. What's different about Monsters of God is that it's not about the rivalry or the schadenfreude of watching people get hurt. It's about the passion and fascination that drives these individuals. Goode, who has a personal connection to the reptile world, offers an insider's perspective. He admits, I was part of the problem, but he doesn't go into detail about his own history. Instead, he takes us on a deep dive, exploring the history and psychology of the reptile trade. The series follows the journey of Hank and Tommy, from legal reptile importers to illegal traffickers, and traces the industry through generations of smugglers and law enforcement. It's an international thriller, but instead of cocaine, we have iguanas and boas. And here's the interesting part, the animals are often introduced in beautiful, glamorous close-ups, and the human characters are colorful and charismatic. They're not your typical criminals. They're reptile enthusiasts, students, and experts. It's almost like a secret society of reptile lovers, and it's fascinating to see how they operate. One thing that stood out to me is the absence of animal abuse in this documentary. Unlike Tiger King or Chimp Crazy, there's no sense of animals falling into the hands of abusers. The focus is on the people moving the reptiles, and they seem to genuinely care about these creatures. It's a different perspective, and it made me think about the complexities of this industry. Now, Monsters of God is not without its flaws. It's a bit repetitive, and Goode plays the interview game a little too often. But he does manage to get candid responses from most of his subjects, and he does it without the mockery and irony that marred his earlier works. It feels like he has more respect and sympathy for these characters, and perhaps he's maturing as a filmmaker. Goode's conclusions are simple. Rich people shouldn't own endangered species, whether it's tortoises, primates, or felines. But I think there's an opportunity for him to be more introspective and personal. He hints at it in the premiere, but it's not fully explored. However, the doc leaves room for viewers to draw their own conclusions about Goode and his motivations. Overall, Monsters of God is a solid watch. It's not as sensationalistic as his previous works, but it's an intriguing look into a hidden world. It made me wonder if Goode is gearing up for a more ordinary pet shop critique, something that could truly shift cultural perspectives. I, for one, am excited for that potential series. Until then, Monsters of God is a worthwhile watch, offering a unique perspective on a complex issue.